This is United Underground, and I'm here with Icywyte. What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Tired as fuck, but how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good myself. Did I say where you from, gang?
All right. Well, that depends. I've been all over. The last 2 years, I was back and forth between Texas and Colorado, and then before that, I mean, I lived in a bit in Hawaii. Grew up in, but I'd say I spent most of my time in Texas for sure.
Got you into making music?
What got me into making music was my friend's mom died of cancer 3 years ago. I mean, I really looked up to her. She was like a second mom to me. My first project, which is garbage, but I keep it up just to, like the progress I've made since then. I dedicated that. That was my first music project to my friend's mom. She died January 25th, so I called it 25.
R.I.P.
Yeah, my condolences. My condolences for real. So your music, can see that it kind of stems on addiction and depression. When you make your music, are you hitting for pain or just like what you see, like what you go through or what other people go through?
With my music, I like it's more of like a way of getting out like emotion. I like getting out how I feel in that moment. It's like where I can get the rawest music out of myself. I don't if I'm feeling some type of way or something, especially with like my rock. I'd say my rock music's a lot more emotion based. Just yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with like substance abuse and other things like that.
Shooting needles, right? It's a personal track for anyone struggling. You told fans, DM me if you're fighting addiction or depression. That's tough, bro. I fuck
I
with that though.
I
That you
appreciate
care
that.
about other people enough, not just like, oh, stream my shit. You know what I mean? It's more
Yeah.
than that.
Do you actually talk to your fans on a daily basis or no?
I do. I respond to everyone. I'll go check my requests like throughout the day occasionally when I have nothing to do, and then I'll get.
Say
It's
that
mostly
you
like
ever would you say that you make time for yourself though? With all the DMs and whatnot? Like you make time for yourself?
I definitely make time. Well, I try to. I'm busy outside of this too. Like I got college going on soon, and I've been having to like get help my girl get ready for college as well. So like and like she had a whole thing just happen. So I've been like really busy outside of it. But I try to give myself like an hour a day to do stuff. I'd say like today, spend a bit of time. I haven't played video games in like a month. Hopped on
Mhm.
Fortnite today.
Holy shit. So you just been busybodying it.
Dude, I'm busy. Like, I just moved in 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit, how's that going for you?
Oh my gosh, it's been a mess because I just like right before it, I was already like, okay, I've struggled with a lot of things, but I was trying to finally, after all these years, trying to beat my nicotine addiction too.
Which
And
is
I
a
was like,
bitch.
shoot, I was like, like I've been able to like get over everything else. It's just nicotine that's been the hardest one. So, like a little withdrawal, like the last 2 weeks, just dealing with a bit of withdrawal, from the years of it, and that
Little
was
bit of cold
tough.
sweats, little bit of mood swings, you know how
Dude,
it
oh my
is.
gosh, it was bad.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
totally
okay.
get that. As a person who has quit nicotine before and restarted, that shit sucks.
It's definitely, I'd say, like, out of like everything that I've done, it's definitely like the hardest one. Like, it's more
Okay.
mental than a lot of the others. Like, but you can get over it with time. I don't know. I just thought about my little sister, dude. I thought about my little sister because I'm about to get this a place. I love my little sister.
But
She's like my
that's
best friend, so I had to stop.
so leading back to what I meant when you were like when I was mentioning you DM your fans. I mean, you already mentioned you have a lot going on in a
Yeah.
regular day basis. Do you really feel like you have the mental withstand to be able to uphold to others when you're just keeping track of yourself for the most part?
Yeah, I would say so. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
I plan my days. I mean, whatever I got, I go on my notes app for like my day to day. Like, I'll plan out everything the day before, or if I have any appointments or whatever I got going on, and then I'll use the free time that I have either to record a song or I'm responding to DMs.
Derivating back on this shooting needles track because I honestly heard it and I really fuck with it. Did it feel like a confession or a cry for help?
Or both. Both is
Right.
also an option.
I wouldn't say it's more like because I'm getting past my stuff now. Like I'm at a like way better mental state, and like this album, like because that's a part of it's a single for an album. It's a very personal, I'd say, song about something I did go through that I have been overcoming. I made the song, for people that are, whatever they struggle with, whether it's drugs, anything, depression, It was a piece that I made over a personal part of my life where I was struggling myself, lots of ODing and a bunch of other things. So I'd say it was a more like freeing piece, honestly. That's to make that song, just talk about that rather than anything else. I don't know. My rock's very personal.
So I feel that you work with a lot of underground artists, such as like Sarm, Greedy. I know those people; they're cool people.
Yeah.
Um, Disobey was a good one. It was a little more darker. Uh, and it seems like the people you work with, it's chemistry based, not follower count based, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely chemistry.
my question for you would be, if there was a big name, would you turn it down if the vibes were fake, or would you do it anyway for the reach?
Dang, are we talking about like just garbage artists, like fake vibes with among the
No,
artists?
okay, like let's say it's somebody who you wanted to work with, but they not as what they seem to be as what you thought they were. Would you turn it down, or would you still do it anyway? Because it's like, man, I've been talking about wanting to work with this guy anyway. You know?
Oh, I don't feel like my artist would do that. So if like one of the big artists did that, I'd probably say no. I have to connect with the artist in order to like make any song. Like any artist that I've worked with, I've had to have some sort of like connection with them. Whether it's like I connect with them in like a just our passion or something. It's just like I have to click with that person. It's really difficult to make a song when it doesn't feel like the effort's there. Like I've been asked to do a lot of features from a lot of artists, like from the like I'm and it's not to be rude, but it's like there's just no passion in their craft that I get most features from or reaches. So I
Do
have to
you
really like feel
feel
the passion.
do you, on that note, do you feel like a lot of people making music at this point that are in, your particular genre or just in the underground in general,
Okay.
do you feel like they're doing it just for money or clout? Do you feel like that there's not a lot of passion left like there was in years before?
I'll talk about it, especially with like shoegaze, new metal, like the whole alt rock, just the rock scene in general. And this applies also to the rap scene, I'd say. It generally feels like there's less passion, less love in the music, and it's just anything to get a stream. I mean, you can look at even like, okay, I'm gonna talk about it. Net spin, like I love like a bit of net spin, but well, like let's talk about net spin when he first started out, right? Like, was
Sorry.
net spin as a like
Oh,
when he first started promoting his music, was he really doing lean and all that stuff? No, he wasn't. I mean, like, but it's like none of it is like from the heart, and that's what I don't like a lot about a lot of music. I like something to where like I feel like it's from the heart, and it just feels like it's just soulless little cash grab. Like, oh, I'm doing drugs.
So
I'm
you
pill
feel
popping.
to
Like
elaborate, it feels like people are creating a persona and then having to fulfill that persona rather than just speaking about what they're going through or what their lives are. Is that what
Yeah,
I'm hearing?
yeah, I like when people speak from their personal experience because everyone has a
so a
story to
lot of people
tell.
you work with are more real and more authentic, which is why you tend to hone to less follower base. Okay. No, I
Yeah,
can understand it, and I'm not gonna lie, like, this persona topic has been brought every interview damn near, and I feel like it's getting more closer and closer, like, scratching the surface of what I'm really trying to say here, but I feel exactly what Phoenix is talking about, so I can kinda get it.
I don't know, like,
Because
and it's no
you can
diss
hop on
to
a
these
track
art.
and you can just say you're doing all this shit.
I
Yeah,
feel like a lot of these artists kinda, like, their aesthetic is up there, you feel me? Visuals amazing, definitely up there, production up there, but sometimes the substance of what they're saying is just not up to par at all, you know? They're not derivating off of vulnerability, they're doing it off of clicks, like you said, so I get it.
that's yeah. No, I think vulnerability, especially with like an audience, is a very important thing. Especially if you want to maintain an audience to be authentic to yourself and them. It's really important, especially in like the music scene, because some of these people actually do look up to you. I mean, I've gotten DMs about it. People reaching out to me, asking, tell me how much like my music's like helped them out with things they were battling, and I think it's very important to be at a place to where you can talk about what you're going through. And not only that, I think people need to like not they need to put effort into the song. Like I need to feel that like, and I feel like that would help their songs too. Like I've gotten so many features now, and I just ignore the DMs on them at this point because it's just
Not fair.
whether it's like I can barely hear them on the track, or it's just the beats either overpowering, or I don't feel the beat. Like it's not there. And I think it's important for artists to be authentic, and we're kind of losing that, especially in the rock scene. I mean, I've been seeing on Instagram and YouTube. Recently, there was a bunch of videos that I found, and they were talking about how the shoegaze slash new metal, new gaze, whatever subgenres of rock, how it's just washed music. Like I'm seeing it on Reddit too. Like everyone's complaining that the rock music now is just it's piss quality.
It's just
Let
not
me
hitting.
ask you, do you feel like you advocate for the newer rock scene?
Oh, I advocate. Okay, and I don't want what I'm saying to like take away from anyone trying to make music.
Because I'm just now getting into your stuff. I actually really like it, but and you're working with similar people who I've heard of before too. That's why I was
Yeah,
asking.
I definitely. It's not even just for the people in the new rock scene, just for music in general. I love seeing people make music, uh, regardless of quality. Like at the end of the day, I don't want to push people away from music. I think music's a very important thing. Music has kept me going through a lot of things that I've been through. Like outside of that's another reason why I started making music, just the impact it has had on my life. So I'm not going to push anyone away from it, but I definitely am an advocate for newer artists, especially in the rock scene. There's a lot of talent there, especially with artists I work with. Greedy was a big inspiration to me. We talk. I'm glad I've gotten to work with Greedy, get to know Greedy. Very talented, very cool guy. I'd say he's my biggest inspiration for sure in this scene. Like I look up to him still. Shout out to people in my collective that I work with, like really talented artists, very raw, very real. So yeah, no, I definitely will not push any artist away.
So your music is heavy, but I notice on some of your reels they come off kind of meme filled and emotionally detached. Are you coping through contrast or hiding behind it? Because like there's this one reel, or let me find it. Might have to pull one of these because she cheated.
Ah,
And it's
dude.
Joe Goldberg as the
Ah.
picture.
Dude, I'm like, okay, I don't know how to hit the Instagram algorithm. Like, Instagram algorithm is my op. Like, I can hit TikTok. I have like 5 accounts on TikTok where I do
You
different
got to
types
shoot
of
for
content.
story reposts. That's your goal. Story reposts, whatever's relatable content.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily like deliberately off of like base memes, but if you can become one, then I feel like that's the best form. Something short.
Yeah.
I haven't even
No,
cracked the fucking Instagram
dude,
algorithm
let me
yet.
know
That
when
shit
you
is
do.
so confusing, bro.
The Reels is a cheat code. I've been telling y'all that's the
Reels
algorithm.
is not a cheat code. That shit is hard.
No, okay,
Okay.
but people follow off your reels. So if you're posting consistently and you're just kind of
Yeah.
like, I've seen pages with just reels that have got way more followers than niggas really know with that. You feel me?
Do you feel like it's draining to constantly be doing short form content?
We talking about reels?
Any short form, TikTok, Reels, I don't know if you post on fucking YouTube Shorts, anything. Do you feel like it's draining to be doing it consistently? Because I feel like that's the issue with a lot of artists is they want it. They want, they
They just
want
don't want to be consistent.
it's either that or like people have lives, people have jobs. People can't just
Dude,
be
I
they
can say
can't
that.
be
Yeah.
fucking, posting on Reels constantly. And I feel that way in my personal career. Like I don't want to be posting on Reels constantly. I don't want to do that shit. Do you feel like
I
it's
get
draining for you personally, or do you find a certain amount of like, do you find it entertaining to do?
I'm very busy. Like, if I'm not focused on my college or something, like I came back here to help my mom out with her cancer. Uh,
My
the
condolences.
Texas, thank you. With having raised help my siblings out, and I'm taking care of my college. I'm back and forth. Like it is draining, but at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, yeah, it's very draining. Like I'm going on all these accounts trying to make sure my music's noticed, my music's heard. Because if I don't promote it, no one else will. It's very draining, but at the end of the day, it'll pay off. Like if I don't do it, no one else is gonna do it. So I have to do it, regardless of how drained I am. I have to do it.
Right.
Like, I how else am I gonna get
Yeah, I
Yeah.
streams
get
At
on
the
it.
my
end at
stuff?
the end of the
It's
day,
just
So
it's
very.
just helping you out. So
in
you
terms of
find
consistency, though, I want to ask this because I was slightly confused. On Google, it says you have 25,000 monthly listeners. When I go to your actual Spotify, it's 28. But when I look on this Discord account, it says
Oh yeah.
35. So
Oh,
did they kind of skyrocket and then
so
it kind of
it's
went down a little bit because you went and got busier,
I got
less consistent
busier.
maybe?
I didn't have time to promo. I fluctuate between, and I don't go on Discord much anymore, just because of how busy I am. So I haven't updated it. It fluctuates. I'd say like at least Spotify fluctuates, but like on average across Apple Music and Spotify, I average about like I'd say 40 to 50,000 listeners a month just across those two. But Spotify itself, yeah, that fluctuates between like 25 to 40,000 every month. It's just it also has a lot to do with my promo, but it's been a little tough the last few months just with everything going.
You know what? I want to give you a like deeper, darker one. If I
Hmm.
see White into tomorrow, no more music, no more drops. Do you feel like people would miss your voice or your aesthetic?
Ooh.
I
Man,
mean, you
I
got
think they just miss me
as
as a
artists,
person.
like
I don't.
as artists, we tend to get glorified, and people turn us into like parasocial relationships and shit like that within the music and whatnot. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're gone and there's no more of you to produce of you, do you feel
Mm.
like people only cling on to the aesthetic, or you as an artist itself? Like, let's say you were to completely change it up 100%, like instead
Yeah.
of what you do now with rock, let's say you did some crazy loud 808 stuff and whatnot. Like, do you feel like people are attached to that aesthetic, or do they feel like they attach to you as the person you are?
Just me as the person I am. I mean,
because
if you
you've
look
done
at
many
like
genres, you
you've
know.
seen it, yeah. Like my Spotify, my biggest streamed stuff was actually the music I did this year. Uh, I completely did a 180. I had this song called "You're Mine." That song's like at 133K. I did the part that's blown up on TikTok. I think we did like 3,000 videos on TikTok with the song, and that's not even rock. It's like this like dark pop kind of like neighborhood kind of what's that other group? I love them. Chase Atlantic. It's kind of like that kind of music. And then I just did the song with Jay again because we're doing like this collab project late in the year. TTYL, 80,000 streams, just Spotify. This is just Spotify. Like I think YouTube, your mind's at 50,000. SoundCloud, it did like 20,000. Like yeah, like the song, my other stuff. I think people just like me for me because I'm very like authentic. I'm very me. Like when you think of an artist, like sometimes when you think about like, and it's when I think of artists and their energy, I think of like, like, and this isn't even this corny, but back when I was a kid, because I know like the memes, regardless of the dumb memes, X, like when I think of like X, I thought about like, I don't just think of like X as the artist. Like X did metal, he did all of this other stuff, like he was an inspiration to me, I'd say for sure. But you think about his energy and just who he was, he turned his life around, just a very, very raw, very real artist. And I feel like that's what people think of me. I mean, obviously, because like I thought people would only just listen to me for my rock, but then they're listening to my alternative music, and that music is doing double the streams of what my rock was doing. So I thought that was really cool.
Do you feel fortunate enough to be in a position to where you can expand and actually show your versatility? Because I feel like a lot of artists are either scared that their audience won't follow it, and or they feel like people just like won't get it. Do you feel like you're blessed in a way to where you can experiment if you want to?
I definitely am blessed, and a thing I have to say on that is I feel like a lot of people are very like put a lot of these expectations on themselves that not even like their audience, their fans, their whatever community puts on, like they're not even putting that on them, but they're like, oh man, like if I try doing this different genre, like how are they gonna react? Like I'm a very much kind of I'm only on this earth once.
Right.
So if I want to experiment different genres, I'm going to do that. It's my music. I made this music with a purpose of reaching people, of expressing my emotion. And if I want to do that in a different way, I'm going to do that. I think it's very important to do that. Like maybe you don't get it right the first time and you're a little
Of course.
scared because it's scary trying something new, especially with music. Whatever you do, it's you're always gonna be a little nervous, but I think it's important that like you do try it out at least, and maybe you don't want to really see it on your main account. That's fine. I know plenty of artists where they have a secondary account. I do it all on my account. Why? I mean, look at my name. My name's Icywyte, and I make like rock music, dude. Like I didn't come here at first thinking I was gonna do rock. Like it was definitely meant for rap. I don't know what to say. I think it's very important to experiment. Very important to try new things, especially as an artist,
Do you
because
have any advice for artists going through that conversation with themselves?
one, try it out first. Like you don't gotta show anyone it. Go check out that mm, genre that you want to experiment with. Try it out. Maybe it doesn't go good. Show it to your friends. You still don't like it. Hey, you tried it out. At least you got to say you tried it. And
Okay, so you
yeah,
hold on. You portray yourself. You you mentioned that you're a psycho in a lot of your songs. Okay, but what part of your identity would you say you do be hiding from your fans, and why? Because that's just what I'm curious. Because you're not afraid to get real gritty and gruesome with this. So I'm just wondering what's really in there.
dude. When I those
I
songs,
know what
which I
song
think are
I
on
know what song he's talking about because it's my favorite
are you
for
still
me
talking?
too. He's talking about
Is
I'm
it? Is it?
actually a psycho.
Are you talking about I'm actually a psycho? But
Stuttering
that's like,
along this whole catalog as we've been talking.
isn't it, I'm actually a psycho not even on platforms anymore though?
It's on
Like
SoundCloud still.
oh, okay, I
I
guess.
looked on SoundCloud. You got a lot more recent up on there.
Yeah, I finally just started recently updating SoundCloud. I don't use hashtags, so if anyone finds, I don't care about SoundCloud. I hate to say it, but I don't. So if anyone finds my music, yeah, I'll upload it if they ask me to upload the song. But yeah, I'm actually a psycho. I was really mad at someone when I made that song. That's the only reason I made that song. That song did, I think, 60,000 on Spotify before I took it down because this French producer hit me up and he's like, "Hey, use my beat," and I'm like, "Yeah, I sent you the song when I made it forever ago." And I'm like, "Why are you now hitting me up about this?" And he's like, "You're gonna have to go to French court or whatever his translation said." And I'm like, "Dude, I fucking hate French people now." Like I had a whole talk. I was pissed. I was so
Okay.
fucking pissed. Like I was going back and forth with my friend Jay. Me and Jay on the phone because like I had Jay remix it too. And I'm like, dude, why is he fucking going off on us? And he's like, I don't know. So then I'm like, I texted him like, this is why I hate French people. I'm like, I showed you the song. I showed you I was making this years ago. And now you want to hit me up years later and tell me I'm going to French court? And he's like, and he sent me a question mark. But anyways, yeah, I was mad at someone at the time when I made that song and beating them up. I wrote it down, made it a song.
I'm a little bit curious though. Like, let's say a label were to reach out to you, like they like your potential, they see that you're consistent, you just need the promo, but they
Yeah.
asked you to soften the messages that you portray in your music. Would you dilute it and your pain for fame? Would you numb it all from the art
Oh,
for
oh
fame?
no, I can't. I couldn't do that.
That's
I,
like the whole point you make music is to portray that.
yeah,
Like
that's
you
why I
have to
make
talk about
music.
what the fuck
Like
you're going through.
they were
That's like
telling me,
make the music
they,
without the music, bro.
no, I couldn't ever give up my music. We're just me. I feel like that's me in those songs. I couldn't give that up. That's where my
No,
passion is.
with the whole connecting to the fans thing, are you also trying to say something from yourself?
Like, do you find a little bit of therapy in it? Is what he's asking.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. My music is my therapy. Like music has always
He
been
meant
my
for
therapy.
like fan
Before even I
outlet.
made it, before I even made music, I always listen to music. I mean, if I put my stats, I probably have the thing I do the most every day is listen to music. I even got these Skull Candy bass boost ones, just so I
We
could
love the
blast
Crushers.
music.
We love
Dude,
the
I
Skull
love the
Candy
Crushers
Crushers.
so much. They should promo me with how much I tell people to get those things. They need to sponsor me. I'm sick of this.
Yo,
But
Skull Candy sponsor Icywyte real quick, please.
But yeah, music is therapy, especially for me. Even the stuff hey, look, if I don't like my song, I'm not gonna put it out. Like I have to want to listen to it too, a bit.
Do you feel like you're your own biggest fan at times?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about a dream collabs.
All right, dream collabs.
You can give me three people and give me why.
Oh, I got you. Rosie, and this artist used to have more listeners than me. Rosie. He's very talented. I think he's from the UK. He moved to the US. ROZEY. He has a second account called Cherry something now. I told him I'd collab with him, but I keep pushing it off.
Mm.
Like I told Rosie, I'm like, yeah, I'll just give you $1,000 and like I'll collab with you. Rosie didn't ask for anything. I was just like, yeah, like I like your music. So I was like, I'll give you 1,000. But Rosie's very talented. Why I love Rosie is just the authenticity of the music. Like that those there's I think there's only 3 songs on Rosie's page on his page, but it's very like dreamy shoegaze. It's like there's so much like emotion. It's very raw, and I love that about Rosie. Like I've probably streamed those songs more than any other song in the last 2 years. So Rosie for sure. Other artists that I'd work with, I definitely want to work with Chino. He's the lead singer of Deftones. Chino's awesome. I love Deftones. I think I have every album on. I'm a CD guy more than I am a vinyl guy, so I have all the albums on CD. I have my favorite album by them on vinyl, and I just like how raw Deftones is. Their music's just very powerful. Like it's very emotional music, I'd say. Like there's just Chino has such a way of like expressing himself, and like their instrumentals are just very expressive, and I love that. So my third one, this is for Lil Me, My Chemical Romance. Regardless of what you say about them, I love My Chemical Romance. Like that was my band. That's what got me into the rock. Them. That's what I grew up with as a kid. I grew up with all the other rock, Green Day, all of that. But I really clicked with like just My Chemical Romance, just storytelling through the albums and just the different styles. Like they're if you listen to all of their music, it's very very different. Like Danger Days is very like upbeat summer rock, and then you go to the other stuff. It's just very like alternative, very dark, and I just love that about
Think
their.
you want to hear more from within the rock community in the future.
I want to hear people use their voices, all right? I want to hear your voice when I hear the song. I don't want to hear this where I'm having to be like, what'd you say over the preset? But that's a bit of shoegaze, right? But like, I want to be able to like sort of know what you're saying, or like, and lots of these artists like let the instrumental carry them, and it's like it sounds good, but what are you actually saying?
Do you
Like,
feel like
I
that's
can
an
barely hear
issue in
you.
your genre?
Yes, like I get it's shoegaze and the instrumentals are loud, but there's just some times where these artists just like I'm not gonna blast them, but I have a few songs sent to me that got asked to do opens on, and they were not good at all. Like I couldn't feel anything, get anything out of the song. I'm like I had to ask them like, yo, can you send me the lyrics? Because
That's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
I feel like
yeah,
that's
like
maybe
I
the
mean like I
worst
know that's a
thing you
problem
can
we all
hear as an artist.
experience.
Like that's the worst thing you can hear as an artist is fucking, can you send me the lyrics because I can't understand what the fuck you were saying.
Like and like if you listen to any some of my music, like that's okay, because like I made it to like it's more emotional, less of my stuff. Like you can at least like tell that I'm saying something. But these new like there's lots of these artists, and I can pull 10 art of them right now. Some of them are like singing in monotone. They're like, and I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, rock is so expressive, and I don't think people really understand that. Like, it's not just like your voice in rock is an instrument. Like, look at Metallica, look at all these bands, like Deftones. Like, the vocalist is just as much like, and it takes the vocalist and the instrumentalist, right? It takes everyone to make a beat, make a song. But when I feel like when it comes to rock, like you definitely need the vocalist with it. Like that's really where like artists can shine, and I feel like in this scene, these artists are just there's just nothing there that I'm getting out of it, and it just seems like they're making songs about like sex, and I'm like that's so basic, dude. Like most of it, like, and I'm gonna say this. You can leave this in the interview. What's a heart?
Shut
All right. I don't really
um
like What's a Heart. And it's no hate to What's a Heart. Like I shout out to these artists that are bigger than me, that are like they have all these numbers, they get in the millions of streams, but it's just a song about sex, and that's like all his songs are. All his songs are about sex. And now we have a bunch of these artists like What's a Heart using that What's a Heart preset or whatever it is, and they're just
What's the
talking
Heart
about
has a
sex.
preset?
Dude, yeah. Like they're people it's actually I know what it is too.
I have a more hard hitting question. This is going to be one of my last ones, but
Yeah.
um, I know that you love music, and that would typically give me you the answer to what I'm about to ask you, but I want to hear a different response. What's the real reason why you haven't quit music yet? Be honest. Like, is it hope, fear, or something else?
Well, for one, when I first started making music, like obviously I made it for myself. As time has grown, as time has passed, I started, growing a fan base and an audience. I wouldn't even say fan base, like a family, a community. I realized, shoot, like I'm not just doing this for me now. Like I have people that are out here like telling me, my music means something. So like, I can't just quit it. I look at them like like my siblings, like my family. Like I love them to death. So if they want my music, if they want me to keep talking, I'm gonna keep doing that. Like I got to keep doing it for them too, because at the end of the day, I'm impacting other people's lives, and that's so important and valuable. To like leave a positive or leave them feeling something is very important to me. I care about everyone, that listens to my music, doesn't listen to my music. I'd say, and it's not. I don't view it as a job. I view it as like just like a sibling. Like I'm looking out for like my family. So I'm looking out for these people that listen to my stuff. And yeah.
Well, now's the opportunity where I let the audience come up and ask questions if they want. So y'all can raise your hand if y'all want. Y'all a second. If not, Phoenix, do you have any last questions for him?
I got a couple.
All
Okay.
right.
Since, we know each other personally, I would say, we're part of the same collective. You feel me? Do you
Yeah.
feel like it's helped you reach a different artistic direction as an artist being around a whole bunch of artists that make wildly different music or no?
Yo, yeah, 100%. I think it's important that artists don't just surround themselves with artists of the same genre. Of I think it's very important to be around multiple artists. I don't know. That's all I have to say on that. It also inspires me to like explore different genres as well. So yeah, it's very important.
Also, when are you dropping with Simply Logical? I've heard that there's demos. Where are they? When are they
Oh,
dropping? When are they
um,
dropping? Let me know, bro.
I need tell Simply or yeah, I need that song he sent me to be resent to me because like I did a demo over it. I just didn't really like it. So
Okay.
yeah, I'd be down to I need to finish it. I've been getting sent so many opens I keep forgetting.
Is there any collaborations you want to do outside of the current genre you're going for? Like outside of rock, outside of, your normal stuff? Is there anybody like out of the woodwork that you want to work with?
Oh dude, this is gonna be like what the fuck? No, Lil Nas X for sure.
That's a crazy pull.
What the hell?
Cyclone, do you have a question for him?
Yes. If you had one word of advice for the youth, what would it be, brother?
Damn, I hate this question because I got so many different things I have to say to that though.
Okay, give me
I
five.
Okay, I'll give you five different things for the youth. I feel there's a lot of stress. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, especially the youth, like I mean, I was a kid like a few years ago, so I think a lot of people put these like they look at the social media, like whether you're an artist, not an artist, or you're looking like at the gym post or something. Like, well, I think a lot of people put this like expectation on themselves, like they from the people they see on the internet, and I think it's very important that you do what you want to do. I don't know you like you're a kid you out you want to hit the gym, go hit the gym. But like, I think it's very important that people live. I don't know how to say that, like how to really get it out. But I
You
feel
feel
like
like people
people have,
should live their lives how they want to live their lives
yeah,
and
like, and
not
I feel like
what
social media is
society
such a bad.
tells them to
I
do.
feel like it's such an opposition, like to that. Like I, I've seen it
No, I get what
firsthand.
you're
So that,
saying. I get what
yeah,
you're saying.
thank
You're
you.
trying basically what you're trying to say is how society and social media dictates, the social norms. Go against
Yeah,
that. Do what the fuck
yeah,
you want to do is what you're trying to say.
yeah, and yes, and two, anxiety is a. I see so much people, and I know because I've had it. I used to like I can do whatever I want now. Anxiety is like such a big thing that you struggles with, and that also goes to like social media and all these things. I feel like people need to like if you want to do something, you want to go talk to someone, go talk to someone. Like I feel like like we can be our biggest enemies, and that has to do with how we were raised and all these other things. But I think it's very important that if you want to do something, you do it. Like you don't give yourself the, oh, what if it goes wrong? Okay, I think it's very important that you do it, because I'm going to college for this. Like you're a kid, you're like, okay, all right, you're getting ready to go to college. You're like, I want to do this career, but I also want to do this career. Okay, go. Why not do both? You don't have to do one or the other. You don't have to put these walls on yourself. And lots of people do that. They limit themselves from what they can actually do, and it's sad. And I think social media also has a big play in that. And I think people need to, if you want to do something, you do it. I don't know how to reword that the best, but if there's anything that you're thinking like, hey, like I really want to do this sport, but I'm doing this sport, or I want to play piano, but I don't know if I can do it. Do it. You only live once. I'm a very big on the you only live once thing. So if anyone has an issue, anyone struggles with that, that's another thing. 3, go outside. You know, go outside. I think being outside is really important.
You.
That's my big 3, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
What's that
Okay.
sigh for, Alonzo Ball?
Uh,
Editing this is
All
gonna
right,
be a
Gangy.
pain.
I
Okay.
appreciate you for the questions. All right. With that
Editing
being
this is gonna
said,
be pain.
honestly, bro, I really like where you're going. I like what I've heard so far, and I really hope to see more for you in the future. And I appreciate you with tapping with the United Underground. Thank you. Anything you want to leave off with? Friends, family, haters, people who don't know you? Let them know.
Yeah. And if you got actually, let me go to this one question I had. I was reading the stage chat. I don't know if it was Lonzo Ball. Let me see.
Somebody asked if you like toes. So that's all I saw.
Oh wait, let me see. Is it the toes? Do I like toes?
Do you like toes? Answer the question.
Okay. Do I like toes? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. No.
And that's real.
Well, okay. Oh, you know what? If we're gonna talk about it, you know what? We're gonna get into this real quick.
We're gonna end it
People that
off
talk
with
about
toes.
Yes, bro. We're ending
why
it
do
on toes.
no. We're gonna talk about this. Why do people like ass and toes? Like they're freaky. Like, dude, people shit out of their ass. Toes get really sweaty, and you can get athlete's foot. Why are you shoving that in your mouth?
Can I say
I
something?
mean, babies come out of vaginas.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Now I'm just saying. Now, if they paint it right, little toes,
Yeah.
you pop them in your
Okay.
mouth like hush puppies. You feel me? And that's not ridiculous to say. That's not ridiculous to say at all. Sometimes a nigga like me, I like to spread a little chocolate syrup on them hoes, but that's just me. That's
I'm
just me.
down for like a foot job, but like,
Yeah.
With that being said, I appreciate you once again for tapping in. This is the United Underground. I was here with Icywyte. That's a wrap.
all right, thank you so much.
I know